Yeah, I remember there was during the Street Fighter V day where it was like over 3,000. I remember was it NuckleDo? I can't remember who it was. They went to losers first round and made it to top 8 through losers side or something like that, which means they had to play like just entirely too many matches.
Yeah. The mental exhaustion that you go through playing that many matches is unreal.
Mm-hmm. But we're gonna be seeing some of those people who didn't have to play that many matches. Stray Wolf versus Colt Volt. Winner of this goes immediately to winners finals.
So both of these players have been very strong the entire time, but I want to say that Colt Volt had an outstanding performance in his qualifying match for top 8.
Yeah. So far, Colt Volt has been the probably the most winning, like least losing in terms of rounds and whatnot, because only losing one game so far in the run.
Right.
Whereas like Stray Wolf kind of had a run for his money versus Razo, right?
Mm-hmm. He did, and he also was in his first match where he was mirroring another Carmine was just struggling a little bit there as well. Still a little bit more commanding lead.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, Carmine's going to go down here versus the Neopal. He's going to have a lot more trouble to work with here as the cross combo goes. Yeah, okay. I do like that Stray Wolf was going towards those push blocks, because the push blocks versus Neo is very important, right? But when the teleport came out, he ended up getting hit overhead. So the teleport can be high, low, but if you're currently in block stun, you can't really do anything about it, right? You actually just have to block high or low. You have to guess. It's a little bit more reactable on the high one because she comes from the top of the screen, but yeah, got the full combo.
I like Cole's idea of trying to keep Naoto at range with both of Yuumi and Neo's tools, but still getting hit with an overhead there. So Colt Volt's still looking pretty commanding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Colt Volt actually used one of the that if you don't know about, pretty easy. If you do button into TK Fireball, it actually ends up being plus because she recovers in the air, and she can actually act in the air. She can do it high, and that's ended up killing Stray Wolf right there. Was not ready for that. Probably tried to press a button, thinking like, oh, this has got to be negative, right? No, she recovers in the air. Like it's pretty hilarious. Okay, so to round out our top 8, Totally Drew actually ended up beating Duckator 3-0, so that's going to be the final losers match. Final player in top 8 losers. So yeah, we'll get to that fairly soon. We got to get through the rest of this top 8, though, as we're trying to find the person going into the winners finals, and Colt Volt has been just kind of running away with it, and as I say that, gets opened up with a happy birthday round start. Here we go, sandwich situation. Got hit. There's the burst, and oh man,
what a punish.
Looking for it. Good lord.
So Stray Wolf really showing the power of his team now, and sort of the faults of Colt Volt's team. That low health.
Yeah, it definitely has lower health than some. It's I wouldn't say it's like super low, but yeah, no, it definitely has lower health, sure. Especially because Neapolitan. I can't remember what Yumi's health is off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
I'll go look that up real quick.
Oh, that was smart right there. So he used his the teleport safe. So the teleport again normally is over 20 frames negative, right? And so because he was still in cross combo, he used the assist to continue the block stun and keep it nice and safe. Oh, the JP, that's gonna be full conversion, and Stray Wolf should kill off this, I think. No?
So Yumi actually has 17k health.
Okay,
which is higher than I thought.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually a lot higher than I thought it was.
Okay, so yeah, he was about to do the version of that combo that crosses up, so I think he went for the 5A. So what you normally do in that situation to stop crossing up is you actually just hold back directionally during that, unless you've already run up so close that 5B is like in their face. In which case it's going to cross up and you can't do anything about it.
So that match was much more commanding for Stray Wolf. I felt like he made a lot of really good adjustments and wasn't letting Colt Volt get his game plan on at all.
Round start was very telling. The round start was very important in that. The fact that the very moment the game started, Colt Volt was already on the defensive was very, very important. Stray Wolf really oppressed him, and even though Copvo was able to get out, he Stray Wolf was not taking any crap from that, right? Like he got out like one time, but then he just kind of like set the pace.
He did. He made sure that the entire match was at his tempo.
Mm-hmm. So 1-1 right now. Both matches were in the favor of the other player by like a larger margin so far.
Yeah. I can't not see how adorable this intro is now.
Chill, man. You'll give yourself anemia.
And then any intro with Neo I find very cute.
I like, yeah. I'm a big fan of Neapolitan. She was the one character I asked for from Ruby. Well, okay, that's all I asked for. From Ruby.
Really? Which is the other one?
Neapolitan and Fira.
She would be really cool. I would like to see Jean, just because I like Jean so much.
That's fair. Oh, got the hit right there. Yeah, so that's actually a true combo. So normally that would be something set, but that ends up being a true combo due to the fact that that the hit stun is so large on her air normals. She has very long hit stun attacks. Okay, knockdown here. Oh, there's the unblockable. Wow.
So I really felt like Copvo was getting his game plan, like, you know, getting that corner pressure using all of Neo's tools earlier on. But Stray Wolf, I don't feel like is getting mixed up by it as much as some of the other players we've seen.
Yeah, you know, using like the threat of push block to great effectiveness versus Neopal setups, because like if you push block, you're pretty much golden, right? Like she gets away, but so then the Neapolitan then tries to play the okay, I think you're gonna push block, so I have to deal with that, right? So so then you're oh my god. Okay, wow. If he was able to get the assist out, that was a dead character. That's one of the best starters in the game, by the way. It's a low that is actually an anti-air.
Oh, I liked the delay fall from Neo there.
Yeah.
To miss everything that Carmine put at the ground.
A lot of big scramble situations. Continuing to call you she's on life support and that there are puddles on the ground. One of the things that you highly have to watch out for when you're fighting against Carmine is those pinwheels, right? Exactly just like that. The pinwheels on the ground, if they get activated by a puddle, they follow you, right? And they activate from the point of the puddle's origin. So you have a really hard time calling an assist for one, and if you try to run up on Carmine, they will snipe you out for two. And both things just happened right there.
Yeah, I really feel like Stray Wolf was getting his feet under him in this matchup, and he's not getting thrown off by some of the, I don't want to call them shenanigans, but the unfamiliar moves that Neo is putting out that seem to throw off some of Copvo's previous matches.
Yeah, definitely seems like he's dealing with it a bit better. However, Copvo's gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? He's still like he's obviously still very in it, right? Because like that win from Stray Wolf right there was based off of a Carmine comeback, right? It was 2v1 and Carmine had to win there. Well, the problem for Copvo in that situation where he lost was that he continuously called his assist and she kept bleeding life off of the pinwheels. It was a very unfortunate set of assist calls.
It definitely was. I mean, sometimes though, when things have been working, like those Yuumi assists that catch people off guard, you're not expecting to be punished because you haven't been in the past, but I don't feel like you can always rest on them.
Got a slight hit there, but no big deal off that one. Yeah, Carmine pin was so strong that it pretty much negates all of Yuumi's sick beat, even when it's not EX. It's gonna get all that health back. So juicy, so fresh. Oh,
I feel like for the first time, Copvo is playing on the back foot in the matches that we've seen.
Oh yeah, he's definitely on the back foot now as he bursts Suede. Oh man, that's one of the nicest parts about Stray Wolf's team, right? Is that a lot of the stuff that he does is actually can be burst safe, right? It's not always, but gone if it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. Gosh, That reverse selection is so good from Naoto K. It just does so much.
Yeah. Oh, caught the active switch right there. Okay, well, it's start. Gotta watch these pinwheels and the 4P. All right. So Neapolitan is not a character where calling an assist is a scary problem. Versus, right? She doesn't have very good happy birthday situations. She also doesn't have very good like full screen like punish things. So as a solo character, a lot of the time calling an assist versus her is not so bad. Okay, 4P comes out. Oh, that's punishable. Ah, so the entire time she's sitting there, that's counter hit state the whole time. She's punishable for like over 40 frames or something. Tries to run up 2B to get the anti-air and unfortunately trades. And so Stray Wolf is going to take it 3-1, moving on to winners finals. And Coltville finally meeting his match.
Yeah. So that is, I think, the first time that he's... Well, it's definitely the first time that he's lost a set, but more than that, the first time he's lost more than one game.
That's right, yeah. So he'd been pretty emphatic throughout favor, looking real good, but Stray Wolf identifying the problems that other people probably ran into, identifying how to defeat it, and just executing beautifully.
Yeah, I definitely think that that's a matchup that Coltville is going to go back and see, you know, where were the gaps, where could he have made different decisions, that sort of.
Yeah, I mean, because it is especially the first time in the tournament that he's seen taken down, right? So it's definitely really important to have to study that particular one, because, you know, maybe in the other ones he didn't feel oppressed enough to need to think about it too much.
Right. No, I totally agree.
So the first player who's going to be in winners finals is Stray Wolf, and then we're going to be figuring out who opportunity to face Stray Wolf there in the winners finals, and it's going to be between Diaphone and Yo Game Wizard.
This should be a really neat matchup because, I mean, I think I said it for the previous match as well, but now we're getting into people who we've seen incredibly dominant performances from. And when you get two dominant players, seeing the adjustments that they make while they're playing each other is exciting and makes for very interesting gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so, the team dynamics is pretty interesting as well. If 9U, Diaphone has a team that really just pushes its way in there.
Definitely.
B-Tatsu plus 4P on the Hilda side. It's a very, very controlling situation because B-Tatsu reaches very far. Also, Hilda 4P is like almost the whole screen, especially vertically.
Right. And did you mention that Yo Game Wizard has other teams as well?
So he's played a myriad of characters throughout Tag Life. One of the ones that he really got known for was the Yuzuriha New 13 team, right? That was a big thing. He played another team prior to that, but I'm forgetting what it was off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it had to do with New 13 though. Then he played Mitsuru Yuzuriha.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, sorry. Then he played Mitsuru Yuzuriha, which I mean that team has spoken for itself for quite some time. But you were gonna ask. I'm sorry.
Oh, what do you think the likelihood of him sticking with the team that he's been playing, the 9Yumi, versus changing to something else in this matchup?
Matchup wise, I feel like 9Yumi might take a second to start up, quote unquote, because it has 9 has slower. Right, so it's going to be a little more annoying for her to deal with B-Tatsu 4P. It's a round start, but I think it's probably in the long run one of the better picks due to if they get away from that one situation. Then after that, I feel like it becomes heavily in that team's favor. And of course, him playing Mitsuru Yuzuriha would not be a terrible decision at all as they win round start. 4P B-Tatsu outright loses and then gets happy birthday. So it could be a scary situation for Diaphone to go for that. But the thing is Diaphone could play rock, paper, scissors, and he could do, you know, counter reversal action at round start, or he could do this or that. You know, there's obviously it's never like an emphatic decision to do that.
Okay, so
I
we're just
don't.
waiting on game. Oh,
Oh,
dear.
that's interesting.
Okay. So, Game Wizard thought we were doing top 8 tomorrow. So I think we're trying to get him now.
Apparently he's on the way. I wow. I don't remember seeing anything that would have made anybody think that it would have been tomorrow, but I guess I could.
I don't know.
But yeah, so we're just gonna have to wait on here for Yo Game Wizard. So I want to thank everybody here for watching Fates Crossing. As we get back into the swing of things, it's been a little while since the last Fate Crossings, I believe.
Right.
Gosh, what was the last one?
I think it might have been July.
Dollary news.
Yeah. This is
$300 dues was in July for the Fates Crossing.
Yeah, I was actually just looking back. I think this is the year anniversary of my being on Fates Crossing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, oh, this is cool. So shout outs to Raph for bringing me on for that.
And Raph, you knew, didn't you? You knew. He said he didn't know.
Lies. I'm 99% sure it's all planned.
You know, we'll just pretend that Raph is an omnipotent god. And
Facts. Also,
okay.
shout outs to Raph for putting this together and for helping Michigan Masters after they did have to shut down, unfortunately. And we are fortunate to have all of the Michigan Masters trophies for these players in our top 8.
Yeah, so thank you not only to Raph, but prizes. Can't wait to say whoever wins this is actually the winner of Michigan Masters.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, my mic's cutting in and out? I'm sorry. Like the whole time? I wish somebody would have said something. Oh. I'm not watching chat, so I didn't know. I'm sorry.
It wasn't too bad until just like a little bit ago. So maybe it was a little bit more audible.
Okay, well, you know, first game coming in, Diaphone, Yo Game Wizard. So he does it for the 9 Yuumi, and now that he's already gotten from the situation that was most scary, the B Tatsu plus 4B, I think it's gonna go a lot easier for him. But he's gotta stay out of that situation for a long time. Oh man, use the EX, which has frame 1 projectile invul, versus the Hilda 5B. Very smart decision right there. Actually, I think it's frame 1 invul in general. It's not just projectile. It might be 4. I forget.
Oh man, Diaphone is just really commanding this with those Tatsus from Akatsuki.
Yeah, he's swinging.
Yeah, he is. Well, and I think that's probably something that if he's been watching it all, he's noticed that he has to come in swinging if he's going to get any damage onto Yo Game Wizard's team.
Oh, got the overhead. Gonna be full conversion right here. No burst. I guess he was a little bit too. He would rather have 9 last. It looks like over Yuumi.
Well. Yeah, maybe that's something he feels a little bit more confident in.
Totally possible. Oh, the 5B just swing!
Akatsuki's anti-air options with that are so good.
The button is really good in general because it moves him forward and it's very fast, right? So not even just like as an anti-air. It's like great as an anti-air. Don't get me wrong. It's just also like, just like a good, just like, just stick that out there kind of button. And that's exactly how Diaphone used it.
Right, yeah. So once again, we're seeing that really strong player, in this case, Yo Game Wizard, on the back foot for what is probably the first time on stream.
Yeah, you know, his offense is always starting slower than the other people. But he's pretty much won every match that he's run into, just about.
Right. Oh, and he switched to the Mitsuru Yuzuriha.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. This team has quite a bit more the harder situations. One of the big things for sure though is is Mitsuru's buttons. Yuzuri was slowed down in the 2.0 patch, right? She was given a few nerfs that slowed her down quite a bit. So when she's fighting people up close and personal, she has some troubles, right? Akatsuki is a character that gives her trouble up close.
Right, as we're seeing right here.
I mean, she bursted in, so
yeah, that's true.
Okay, extra soul, and it's a kill.
So one burst into that, and his Yo-Game was down a character.
Yeah, gonna get the knockdown here though. So, I was gonna say that should be a full combo. That is a burst point as from Diaphone to recognize that.
Yeah, Mitsuru was definitely getting a lot of damage in the corner onto Akatsuki, more than Game Wizard got in the previous match by far.
Oh my! Tried to anti-air right there with the DP, but just a little bit too far away. Yeah, Diaphone has proven to be very, very slippery with this. Okay, got a JA. Myriad arrows. We're gonna see a knockdown, but it's still, again, the big uphill battle, right?
Oh, I feel like he could have punished that, but that was really unexpected.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, it's super punishable, but who seen that coming? Because I definitely didn't. I didn't react to that.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, it's hard. Sometimes it's just like, I got hit. I didn't react.
Sometimes you just have to admit, like, I didn't tech that throw.
I didn't tech that.
I didn't block that over. I didn't stand up.
I think it was something a long time ago that Tasty Steve said. He's like, I got hit. All of you got hit. Nobody expected that. And sometimes that's what it is.
Yeah, you just have to admit it sometimes. Like, really, just be real with yourself. Like, did you actually block that? You say you blocked that, but did you actually block that?
No. And not, yes, I saw that you blocked that, but did you do it on purpose?
Oh, Diaphone left.
Diaphone?
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, there's the best stage for net play is the BlazBlue stage, the Celica silent version.
Yeah. So Diaphone's stage selection was set to random, and he brought up Snowtown, which is particularly laggy online, and we want to make sure that that we have the most even playing field for all of top 8 and for all of our matches, to be honest. So he had just backed out to make sure that wouldn't random that stage.
Okay, there's that 4P, do a lot of work, plus the Tatsu. So the 4P hit 9 at the top. Tatsu ended up hitting the assist, right? Oh yeah, this situation is just so difficult to deal with.
And I can understand Game Wizard going back to his other team, because that's what was bringing him so much success before, but I don't even know if he's on the back foot anymore. I think he's just, like, dumbfounded. It doesn't seem like he knows what to do against his team.
Yeah, not just the team, but Diaphone is also, like, picking all the right options, right? Like, he's recognizing when he needs to hit that 5B. He's recognizing when top 2 is probably the best thing to do. Active switch right there. Like, just so many great decisions thus far. And you'll get
decisions.
Snap. Finish off this 9. I think 9 was gonna die from that previous combo anyway, but he ended up dropping it. So I guess he just gets the character regardless. Cross combo coming out. Tatsu's gonna be really scary. Where's the active switch? Oh, he faked it.
Wow. I mean, there's a situation I got hit because I was expecting the active switch. So, Diaphone clean 3-0.
Yeah, gonna be moving on to Winners Finals, and that's gonna be Stray Wolf's opponent for Winners Finals. So it's gonna be Carmine Naoto, Akatsuki Hilda.
Now,
Well,
I
most
really
likely
feel like,
character.
yeah, but neither of them have switched the entire time, so I think it's probably what we can expect.
Yeah, and Stray Wolf has been playing Carmine Naoto for a long time, maybe since Naoto came out.
Naoto came out with the 1.5 patch in June, correct? Or was
it was with
later?
Mitsuru and Yuzuria, right? So it was before, it was 1.3? Or did they come out at 1.5?
I think he came out in 1.5. I'm not sure.
Okay, you might be right. I could be forgetting incorrectly. But yeah.
It's hard to believe that this game is still in its like early stages as well.
Well, you know, when you have such a big change up, balance decisions and whatnot, and then also like the new characters changing things up a great deal. It can go back to the infancy stages in terms of how people know about it, but a lot of stuff ends up carrying over to.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we've seen a lot of changes team-wise since the beginning of the game. I mean, I feel like when the game started, we saw a lot of Ruby Gordeaus, which isn't really a thing anymore. And then in that mid stage, we had a lot of Yuzu Mitsurus.
Yeah, one of the reasons why Ruby Gordeau fell off is because of the they took away cross combo invincibility on active switch. So because that didn't exist, that was one of the reasons why the team was so strong. The team remained strong afterwards, but then they nerfed Gordeau several times in a row.
Right, they did.
Yeah, so a lot of people were like, well, why play Ruby Gordeau when I could play, you know, a different Ruby team like Ruby Yang or this or that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there were a lot of because Ruby stayed fairly strong despite minor nerfs, I want to.
She's only been nerfed. She's been getting stronger. They buffed her in the most recent patch. They buffed her in the last patch.
All right, so we are now going to loser side of the bracket with Marvin Pie versus Oxemi.
Oxemi versus Marvin Pie. Okay, so Marvin Pie looking like they're playing 9 Hilda, and then Oxemi with the Yosuke Mai.
Yeah, that's
an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, that's a definitely interesting combination. I mean, I can't say that it hasn't worked for him because he's here in top 8. But I want to see how that works synergistically. I mean, I definitely feel like it can. I think that Mai with her spear can send stuff up into Yosuke.
Oh, there it is. Character change. So it's Blake Hilda, not 9
Okay.
Hilda. Okay. Interesting.
Get ready.
But Oxemi staying the same with Yosuke Mai. So I guess we will get to see firsthand what the idea here is.
What is your idea? Please show me.
I feel like 5P from Mai is incredibly good because it's like a full screen, very fast lunge, right? One of the faster 5Ps, I believe. But I guess we have to see it in action, right? And because of that 5P and 4P, it synergizes with Yosuke's V-Slash and Somersault because it'll set up cross-up situations or sandwich situations. That's my theory craft on it.
Okay. Well, so far we haven't gotten to see a whole lot because Marvin Pie's Blake is doing work on the Yosuke here.
Yeah, he made Oxemi one reversal action on the last knockdown, but now he's got a happy birthday. Not going to be able to fully convert off that outside of just what he got. Meteor's hits.
Caught Oxemi hitting a button with that Hilda super.
Yeah, he's trying to toss spears. Oh yeah, full conversion off that. That's the interesting thing about State. It puts you like standing hit stun.
Oh, so there's that nice, those nice air combos that Yosuke can do. I feel like a lot of this match is taking place off of the ground. Feels very normal to me.
Most definitely. These characters are very strong in their air mobility, and their air mobility is important. Got hit by the overhead right there, and oh, because of the clone cancel, took the burst. Unfortunate drop,
I really
however.
like Marvin Pie's use of Shadow Plum.
Oh my goodness, the trade combo directly into the Hilda super.
That was incredible.
Here we go. Which side is he on? Same side. Cross combo activates though.
There's so much to block when you're in a cross combo with Hilda.
Yeah, one of the most important things to block, I mean to do combo with Blake on the team is to make sure you either push block Blake 5p or if she's on point, the equivalent of Blake 5p. I don't know the input. I think it's like 236A or something, but because that move will cross up. So what you want to do is you want to negate the sandwich situations by push block that if you have the bar. But yeah, so Marvin Pie going to be taking the first game there.
Yeah, I don't want to say it was as dominant as the matches that we've seen in our winner's side, because it definitely was going back and forth. And something I want to point out is that Oxemi did a very good job about putting his characters into the assist position to keep that health in a good maintenance place. He did a really great job making sure that, you know, one of his characters was never in a significant health deficit.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm getting back into the second match.
Yeah, just leave this one to me. Wait, huh?
Yosuke's such a doofy character.
He's a gigantic doofus, yeah.
All of his intros are hysterical.
I like his intro where he comes in with like whatever he says, like change how cool it actually is.
I like when he comes in on the scooter.
And he falls over it and like a garbage can flies at him and everything. That's so good. Yeah, so right now, Oxemi doing a much better job of the oppression. He finally got the like couple of hits that he needed right there, but because of Yosuke, he kind of runs into the issue of not being able to close it out and then allowing for characters to do exactly this, right? Like, just make their own way after they've survived. Oh, Moonsault's gonna hit, negating the cross combo and getting a little bit of extra damage. The low right there, no.
That was really nice recovery there, getting Mai out of that kind of gross situation and then getting a lot of damage on Hilda. And even though she's regaining the health in the background, she was certainly bleeding out for a while there.
Yeah, well, she's gonna take a little bit of damage right here and have to deal with the possible mix-up situation. So there's another push block situation. Oh, got hit overhead, and look at that the burst. That was natural. That was what Marvin Pie was gonna do that anyway, right? But the burst was important there for Oxemi because it saved Mai. Mai would have died otherwise.
Right. I mean, sometimes you have to make those switches to, you know, make sure a character doesn't get sacrificed.
You take a little bit of damage in the process, but hey, like, it's better than losing a character, right? Because, like, look, life totals are similar, and you're still in the game.
Wow, that spear was really cool. I think it was risky, but it was really cool.
Well, I mean, no, it ended up working out.
It did.
Putting him in a 2v1 situation, and that's what we're talking about to saving a character, because incoming is so oppressive. Even with the new delayed incoming, there's a chance that you can that your opponent knows how to set it up versus delayed incoming and all of its possible moments. And then if you resonance, you open yourself up to another possible mix-up, and it just becomes almost a checkmate situation, right? Like, it can be just so hard on incoming to do anything once it's become 2v1.
Right. I really liked the addition of the delayed incoming after one of your characters has died. It just added another level of complexity to the game.
I think it was the most important addition to the game because an incoming was almost guaranteed dead in the previous version of the game. Mix-ups being 1 frame due to active switch in one, or excuse me, it's like 3 frames because we figured out how long active switch actually takes. Mix-ups being like 3 frames, meaning they're not reactable. Very, very possible to deal with, almost. Unless you just knew. You just had to know.
Right. So now that Oxemi seems to have his feet under him a little bit better, he's been doing a much better job commanding his space with his character.
Yeah, definitely agreed. I mean, Blake took a ton of damage right there. Hilda was able to like that right to Mai, but with the chances of actually being able to play neutral rather than just getting stuck, Aksemi's looking a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I felt like in the first match around this point, both players were at similar life, and Aksemi is quickly putting Marvin Pi into a scary situation.
Oh, was unable to kill with just one super, but still had the DHC, right? It's just unfortunate that he had used the extra bar. But, bar well spent.
Yeah, anytime you can use meter to kill a character, it's a good thing. It's a good use.
Definitely agreed.
And even then, it wasn't a risky use of meter because he had so much health on Yosuke as well.
Trying to use that air mobility to find his way in, trying to make something happen in that regard. Yeah, unable to deal with it. Yosuke makes up so difficult to deal with because he can do jump C in the air and then let jump C rock and that means it's a low, or he can jump C and cancel the jump C into moonsault and then it's like a cross up overhead, or he could do EX moonsault and it's a overhead but it's on the same side. You know what I mean? So a lot of differing factors on the mix-up potential right there that make it super difficult to deal with him.
So Aksemi 1 game away from moving on in the losers bracket, which means Marvin Pi. I don't know if he's going to switch up the characters he's going to play. Oh, he did. He switched to 9.
Okay, so 9 Hilda. That was the this is the Hime song.
Right. Well. Yes. I was like, wait. Yes.
Yes.
Had to think about it for a sec.
Yeah, there it is. No need to be scared. Good lord.
Oh, the two of them together.
Yeah, so 9 coming in. Again, she has actually some tools that hit above her pretty well in terms of air actions, right? So they can be pretty good at catching Yosuke due to their high active frames and their hitbox. The only problem is you actually have to get to that situation. That's the hard part. It's on paper you have these buttons that do the thing you need them to do. Oh, he crossed himself up on punish. So he was running so fast that he was actually running past the burst, but I don't think he recognized it. It's the reset here, however.
I like the active switching. Marvin Pi is doing a good job of trying to keep that corner pressure up, but a really good use of that super from Mai to get out of the corner. Try to set something up there.
Yeah, got the character out.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, especially because she's bleeding life, right? Okay, nice block on up right there. It was a good attempt right there from Aksemi, but no dice there. Marvin Pi was ready. Oh, he's gonna beat the burst right there, but no full conversion. It did end up dropping. Oh yeah, the JC. It has just enough invincibility that it ended up going.
I was just about to ask why that worked the way it did.
Yeah, it's so he actually does teleport when he does JC, and because he's teleporting, he teleports to the ground, right? So he's invincible while he's teleporting.
Oh, so the DP didn't work in that situation.
Yeah, just completely whiffed on him technically. So Hilda coming out, got the hit there from full screens, got bar. Oh wait, no, sorry, I was looking at the wrong bar. Oh, got the hit. Is that gonna be full conversion? Yeah, I wasn't too sure. That was, but got an overhead right there.
So I feel like Aksemi has a hill to climb here, just because Marvin Pi is doing a great job commanding the match here.
Oh my god. I was thinking the same thing, Raph. I just didn't want to see it.
Oh no. Did I make a pun?
You did make a pun.
No.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but I
Oh, was that the test? I'm now a true commentator because I made a stupid pun. Oh no. Great. Now that's just be. I'm gonna make a tweet and pin it. It's a hill to climb.
It's a hill to climb.
Done.
Oh man. So now you can join all the
Get a little closer
because
to your mic. You just cut out a little. Sorry.
I don't know what's going on with my mic, honestly.
Boo.
I'm
It's
gonna
a Yeti,
I'll definitely
right?
check it after. Yeah, it's a Blue Yeti. I will check it after the thing. I don't know if maybe if I accidentally lower the gain, or I mean the sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could have done that while picking it up or something, since the knobs are like right there.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, sandwich situation. Okay, it's gonna reversal action on out. And he was able to push block out a run and even reversal action away. He could have Aaron blockable him right there because he wasn't ready. Nice block so far, and as they say, that gets opened up low, but negated as much cross combo as possible.
Yosuke really taking the brunt of that damage. I was gonna say I would be surprised if he didn't switch to Mai, and then he did, so good.
Yeah. Gotta keep those characters nice and healthy, right? The only problem is those switches can be fully punished by Hilda since she has full screen normals.
Right.
Jumps out of the moonsault pressure. Oh wow, what a 2B right there. Getting out of that. Gonna get full conversion off this.
Yeah, and was briefly hitting both of Oxemi's characters. Oof, Mai down.
No sandwich situation. Okay, resonance to not deal with it. Even gets the
I
hit
like
here.
that choice. Is this
Yeah,
an
it's hard to tell if it's always the best choice because like you can resonance there and then the opponent could be looking for anything.
Yeah, resonance can be easily punished, especially in like, you know, you can get some nice meaty situations that you wouldn't be able to get normally.
Okay, just dealing with these moonsaults right here. Gonna set up meteors, so he's gonna push block at least to try and get out, but gets caught jumping. Full conversion here, right into the snap. Good damage, not death. Oh, and
Ooh,
then
now
the
he's dead.
overhead.
Oof. So can you push block off of Hilda's projectiles?
Yeah, you can push block. It's just their
Okay.
full screen.
Ugh.
So it's like
You got nowhere to go.
yeah. What are you doing? It's not really like a use of meter that you should be doing because they're still gonna hit you. Now, granted, the one plus to push blocking there is that you would be making it so that she can't really combo from full screen.
Gotcha.
She can do stuff full screen, but it's a very short, very little damage type combo, right? But if she's in resonance, that doesn't matter because she's going to just get the special cancel into super. So,
All right, so Marvin Pie, I mean, that was a close match, taking that 3-2, but the character switch really worked well for him.
yeah, definitely 9 helping out a lot. She helps out in a lot of everything. She's so good. What a great character.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're seeing her more often.
She's incredible. I don't playing her. Even before she got like a very slight nerf this patch. And the only the nerf that she got this patch was a universal nerf to instant overheads. Every overhead move, instant overhead move basically got a nerf where you can't cancel it into another norm, right? So that was the nerf that Mitsuru first got in the very first patch that she got nerfed, or second patch actually, because the first patch she got nerfed was they got rid of JC loops, but yeah, so that was a universal nerf and was kind of necessary in my opinion. But yeah, as we move through this top 8, we got a few more losers matches. Fortunately, Oxemi is going to be out of the tournament at this point, and Marvin Pie is going to be moving on. Next, we're going to have Blue Sub versus Totally Drew.
They can hear me right now. Just let everybody know in chat. Hello, this is Raph, the streaming production. I'm just on the sidelines today, but they mentioned that we have a giveaway for a gift card for one of our sponsors, which is Junk Food Arcades. They make a lot of really cool arcade sticks and controllers, and they're based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Really awesome folks. I'm happy that they helped us out here. The gift card is available to anyone in chat via giveaway. If you want to enter, just type in chat just once, type in hashtag junk food. So if you want to enter hashtag junk food, I'll do the drawing right before winners finals. Well, I'll do it for grand finals. I'll remind everyone again soon, but Just a heads up, and it'll be a gift card to one of y'all. The top 3 will be getting gift cards as well, courtesy of Junk Food Arcades. So if you are interested in potentially getting a really awesome stick for yourself, that might get you on your way. All right, let it back to our commentators.
Thanks, Raph, for giving us that little bit of information. Yeah, so if you already forgot somehow, Raph was talking about how there is a giveaway for Junk Food Arcade happening very soon. He said it was probably going to be before Grand Finals. So stick around in the chat. You guys can get that. Also, our top 3 here is going to be getting the gift cards as well. So, you know, bring out all the stops at this point, y'all.
Yeah, and thanks to Junk Food Arcade for providing that for us. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, so we go into this top 8 just a little bit more. Soul Blue versus Totally Drew coming in. All right, Blue sub. Excuse me. I said so blue. I'm so blue.
So blue. So we're seeing another Mai.
Yeah, so this is
the Mai Yumi combo we saw earlier.
Yeah, from Totally Drew. So yeah, it's different team. I feel like more tailored to helping Mai out is Yumi. Whereas Yosuke Mai seems a little bit more selfish on both of their sides.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight.
Yeah, and then on the other side, we're gonna have Blue with the Seth Akatsuki. We saw a match.
So far, Blue just doing a lot of blocking.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just get caught in those situations, but it's a matter of getting out, right? And Blue was able to get out of it. So now he's got a chance to set up, possibly. It doesn't block the 5C right here. It's solo 5C, so he doesn't have to worry about extra assault. Oh, he DP'd through the 2-3. Oh my goodness. He DP'd through the full screen cinematic.
Wow.
Very good awareness right there from Totally Drew.
Yeah, Drew just didn't want to take all of that damage on Mai.
Oh, it's going to be able to get Tatsu active switch right here. Good damage. Drops the combo, unfortunate. Oh, God. My 5P. Such a good assist. It's definitely one of the better assists in the game, in my opinion. Okay. Oh, it doesn't
gets
block
hit
that.
from
I would
now.
use the bar. Yeah.
I was
okay.
gonna say, yeah. With the extra assault, it definitely guarantees the kill. It's worth it for a bar.
Absolutely. Always killing a character is always very important. We talked about the importance of or at least I should say maybe the detriment of 2v1 situations, because those can be terrible. Oh, nice meaty setup. Yeah, not a lot of people one. So that's my JC. So if you block it, she's actually plus, right? But if you get hit by it, it puts her in tipper range and she can full combo off it. Because my JC is plus on block.
So that whiffed super.
Yeah, really
That hurt.
unfortunate.
If he had done the other super, would Akatsuki have hit?
I don't think so. I think she was pretty high up. And now granted, he does kick pretty high up, but I don't think that she seemed very far away, unless I'm forgetting.
Ooh.
If she was closer and I'm wrong about how close she was, the other probably. But I feel like if that's the case, both supers would connect regardless.
Get ready.
All right, no breaks. Getting right back to it.
Get ready.
It's a really strong first match from Drew.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just kind of lose outright in BB tag. It just happens. Sometimes you really have to like take that and be like, okay, it's just one of those matches, right? And you have to be okay with it. Obviously, you have to think about what led to the situation of you, but you know, this is just one of those games where that's just going to be happening.
I like that somebody in chat called Drew Drugio, and that just makes me real happy.
Drugio's gonna have to pull out
Henceforth,
Exodia to finish off this tournament. I feel like being.
I love that you
bracket.
know all of this. Makes me really happy. The knowledge knows no bounds.
Okay, burst down. Not a lot of health right now on Akatsuki, but the 2B does connect. Gets a full combo thanks to the orb set. Gonna go for command throw super. Is that gonna be a kill on the DHC? Should be. Nah, just a little bit less.
No, I really thought he was dead.
Yeah.
So now Mike can recover that health, and hopefully Drew doesn't make the mistake that we've seen some other people do of calling that assist.
Yeah, it looks like
I
he was
didn't
doing pretty
see
good so
that ball
far.
set up.
Yeah, he set it up before the jump.
Oh,
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's the real nice part about first selection as well. Oh my god, please. I thought Maya was gonna die.
I did too. I think I stopped breathing.
She was getting hit by the Billy Blanks, you know, the Taibo. Okay, full conversion. Okay, got the combo online and everything.
Alright, so Blue gets one character down, which, as we've said, is a distinct advantage in this game. And really nice ball set up with Seth to finish off Mai.
Yeah, it's really important to Seth to be setting up as many orbs in situations where you can't be punished. Because of the scare factor, right? A person will be less less wanting to press buttons, less wanting to, you know, go for anything because they know that orb is coming. And unless you hit him, it's not going away. Or if you hit the orb, it's not going away. So
Get ready.
So 1-1 right now.
Yeah.
Matches have started out pretty close before, but then they've
We'll choose our own path.
they've had the ability to snowball after that.
Definitely. And we've seen that
Can't escape from crossing
more
fate.
in these losers matches than others, but the snowball effect is real. Momentum is definitely a thing that fighting game players have to work with or against or learn to work with
Yeah,
as they enter the competitive scene.
definitely agreed. Oh my god, it clashed with it, then beat it?
That was... I didn't know that that would win.
Akatsuki 5BB. Akatsuki 5B is a very digit button for sure, but I did not think that that would do all of that now.
Oh. Yeah, that clash and then the win was just mind-blowing.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that could be a very dead character, and Totally Drew tried to make it so that was burst safe actually by using the 2B afterwards, but Blue actually ended up delaying his burst in. However, Seth is probably gonna go down for this if he doesn't time this. Yeah, that's the hard part.
I mean, I like the idea of switching to Akatsuki to save Seth, but Akatsuki still took a lot of damage from that combo.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Akatsuki was gonna from that burst, honestly, but he ended up not, so it ended up being okay. However, Seth will die from this 5C, regardless of extra assault or anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
got the
didn't have
hit.
the bar for it regardless, but Seth died.
Yeah. Okay, Tatsu's gonna get
lightning
a throw here.
bugs!
Oh, got the hit, and then the overhead mix up.
That overhead that Yumi does is so strong. I feel like it's way stronger than it should be.
Yeah, it's really good, especially because it crosses up in the... So, that's one of the big strong points about it, right? But another strong point is that it slows her momentum down. So you can, like, try to anti or whatever and then get kind of beat out by it. There's a lot of that potential.
Alright, so Drew up 2-1. I feel like this can really go either way at this point. It's been a very back and forth set, so
Yeah, agreed. It's pretty close. I guess BB Tag has always been a game of, like, characters' offensive game plan is always so oppressive that one of them started with it. They usually have a big chance of winning the game off of that alone. But sometimes you don't execute perfectly, and you don't actually get to win off of that.
yeah. There's definitely, you know, as much as people like practice in the lab, you know, you can do a combo perfectly or have your oppressive starts run as well as you can, but if you can't do that in a real match. Look.
Yeah, that's the hard part for sure. Okay, already doing a ton of damage onto that Seth right here. Oh man. Okay, not able to actually punish the burst right there, and is actually going to get his 5C punished right back at you. Goes for the counter on the 6P. He's going to be able to get the hit after Mai's DP. And look, that was DP. That just happened to be one of the ways Akatsuki can do it. Other characters have to do something differently, but because he countered the 6B, he's not in block stun, right? So he doesn't have to deal with it, and then he can counter hit her out of reversal action, and that whole combo was unburstable. Oh, got hit on the active switch. Orbset's gonna help. Yeah, he tried to pick up after the assist, but oh man, that's gonna hurt quite a bit.
Yeah.
Alive
But
though.
he's dead. That was brave, but effective.
Yeah, pretty foot effective.
Also,
For
shout outs
sure.
to all the Chesto in chat. I appreciate it.
Chesto!
I see you, and I appreciate you.
Chesto! So, it's going to be 2-2 now. You were talking about how the possibility of set going either way. Definitely showing that.
I really feel like that third game, Drew was showing that he was in a commanding space, and I wouldn't have been surprised had he taken the previous match, but Blue said, not today, game 5.
Yeah, I think one of the big for Drew in that last game was the fact that Seth did not die on that super because he was just a hair alive. And you know, we talked about the incoming situation being really, really hard. Even if it's not 2v1, it still can be difficult, right? Because you might activate resonance, or they might have a setup that beats your delay incoming, etc., etc. Okay, yeah, he went for the unblockable, so he opted to burst. Okay, reversal action comes out. I do like that Totally Drew is not afraid. Okay, that was a good jump out. Yeah, so that was
I was holding my breath there in that corner.
Unblockable command grab setup, right? Okay, 4P comes out. He's trying to keep it very safe. Yeah, that was a good time for Blue to have bursted, though. Very, very smart. Chesto!
Love Chesto. I love Akatsuki as a character. I think he's really cool, and I'm glad that they added him to the game.
I've never really been a fan of Akatsuki play-wise, playing him, right? Until this game. I thought he was cool design, and like I'm always like a big fan of lightning powers. But in this game, I think he seems really fun to play. Whereas like in Under Night, I'm like, no, I don't think this character's fun to play at all.
Alright, so Drew taking his lead back.
Yeah, and he's gonna be able to kill a character off this because that was all on burst. When he throw punished that DP, that was well, exactly that, a throw punish, right? So that means he cannot burst out of it.
Now, Blue has shown that his Seth is incredibly powerful and can kill a character on little to no life. So I wouldn't count Blue out.
Yeah, I definitely think this character has a good comeback potential. The fact that his damage output can be very high, but also that move right there. That move is full screen. It enters a cinematic state that he can cancel out of, and if he cancels into the super, it's like 8.5k or something like that. It's really, really high.
But Yumi comes in, hits with the, I think she started with the 5A and then went into the B and the yin yang combo, the aerial rape.
Finish it off right there.
All right, so Drew takes it. That was very close.
Yeah, it can be hard sometimes. And I mean, gosh, that was a really good match though. Like definitely with the back and forth. We got to see pretty much everything each player had to offer in terms of fighting what was defeating them in the previous game.
There were a lot of good adjustments that the players made, not just against the team, but I really felt like they were playing each other, and that was cool to see.
That's like true fighting games, is playing each other. Because like after a while, you don't have to think about matchup specifics. You don't have to think about those like mechanical details. You have to think about what the other player is thinking, and like that's when it gets into the real nitty gritty.
Yeah, and that's something that you see a lot in top 8s, especially when it's a similar group that is sitting in top 8. You are no longer playing those characters. It's getting into the mindset of your opponent and then thinking, oh, well, I know that they have a tendency to do X, Y, Z. What can I do based on that knowledge to improve my game?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Totally Drew just happened to be able to take it over based off of those adjustments. So we're going to continue on with losers bracket.
Okay.
Yeah, but first up, we're going to have our wonderful sponsors of this event. We're going to have Junk Food Arcade. So we talked about them a little bit earlier for a gift card, and also the top 3 are going to have a gift card as well for this event. So go ahead to junkfoodarcades.com.
Yeah, and if you want to be entered into that giveaway, just type #junkfood into the chat and you will be entered for that.
Okay, and then next sponsor we have is Ronin Rumble. It's got many different online events with a $100 pop free entry. If you want to sign up now, you can do so by going to smashgg/RRG5.
So we also have the Super Skybound Rumble SSR. It's powered by Grand Archive. Next event is going to be this coming Friday, April 10th. Free entry. And you can follow at Ronin Rumble on Twitter, hosted by Soulflow, and sign up for that right now on smash.gg.
Oh, you said Ronin Rumble on that one.
Oh, I did. Oh, it says it in the text.
Yeah, but
it's not Ronin Rumble. Sorry, my bad.
But yeah. So another Twitter and Discord. Assault Twitter as they run BBCF regional-based net play tournaments. So they're running a bit of an NA tour for BBCF. So if you're still really, really into the mainline BlazBlue games, as they are different than BB Tag, you can go ahead and check them out. And I do implore you to do so. Also, got to give a big shout out to the staff here at Fates Crossing, Raph, and the rest of his crew, which is a lot of the people you even saw in some of those slides. So, thank you so much for helping the community out every way that you.
Yeah, special shout outs to Chickzama and Althea for helping run brackets.
Yeah, they've been going ham at it.
I mean, I think before we went on stream, we were talking about it. Like round 1 went by in a flash.
It was very, very quick. Yeah, that's one of the nice parts about online tournaments is you have an infinite number of setups in theory, and you also have you also are doing it in BB Tag, right? Which is a very quick game. But hopefully this one's not a very quick game, as we're going to be getting into Yo Game Wizard versus the good stuff.
Again, both of these players with a very strong showing in their previous matches. It's always so exciting when you get to this point because you've seen a lot of their gameplay, and it's always like, oh, well, how are they going to do against this team? Yo Game Wizard deciding to go with the Mitsuru Yuzu.
Yeah, I was going to make note of that. I better for this particular thing. I think Mitsuru and Yuzu both do very, very well against Blake personally. Oh my. Well, he can't follow up on that, luckily for Marvin Pie, but that really is unfortunate because it negated his cross-comp animation, right? That's a big deal.
And you were saying that they did really well into Marvin Pie's team, and that's pretty evident by the fact that his Hilda is low life.
Yeah, specifically Blake. I can't 100% speak on the Hilda, but I do know from experience that I feel like these characters do very, very well versus Blake. Drops the combo right there. Yuzuria's new pretty difficult to do online because they're already difficult enough to do offline, right?
Right. Oh, the DP catches both characters.
Yeah, it's gonna be able to get the sandwich set up right there. Tries to DP to beat the burst just in case it was coming. Wow, got the burst punished by the 6P. Yeah, looking for a chance to get Yuzuria in there because Mitsuru was on life support, but oh no, the baton whiffs. Incoming Mitsuru right now. Gonna have to activate Resonance. Yeah, jumping away from the fight from Hilda, and regardless of that fact, he still ends up getting hit by Marvin Pie's 5B, and that's gonna close it out. First game, excuse me, to Marvin Pie.
Now, I don't think that was the commanding lead that Marvin Pie had with the Blake Hilda in his earlier matches. So I think a Game Wizard's choice to go with the Mitsuru Yuzu team was a good one.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you know, he still has to end up getting away, right? Because like biggest problem for him was not when Mitsuru was on screen, but when Yuzuriya was on screen. When she was on there, it was hard for him to deal with the fact that Marvin Pie was in his face, and it was also like executional situations, right? Like he dropped the combo that would have led to the knockdown that might have led to like just a snowball effect after that. Just keeping him away. Okay, caught and held on the active switch there. Sandwich. Yeah, the 5B into active switch. A lot of the time when you're Mitsuru Yuzuriya, right there, you're trying to do 5B active switch as Mitsuru. But he only got 5AA. Right? Oh, but he got the happy birthday on this one. Yeah, myriad arrows. It's only gonna hit one character, but hey, that's fine. Right, we're gonna get as much damage as we can.
Damage.
9.7.
Ooh, I really like that wake up. Wish you could have gotten a little bit more off of it though.
That wake up is technically an OS because you use the air dash button right there, and it air dashes the way that you need to meet a person. And if they tech forward, what happens is they get put in a sandwich situation, and then that situation right there is just there's a lot of different stuff going on that one. Okay, I like that. Go straight into
this is what you're. Yeah, this is what you're talking about. How both of these characters do well against Blake.
DP, finish it off, yeah. It was very important for him to DP there to save Mitsuru's life and make sure that it wasn't, make sure that that was punishable on block. Ooh, got the snap. That should be a dead Yuzu. See it.
Yep. Alright, so I'm a little bit more even footing.
Double throw, I like it.
Nice.
Oh, wow, the anti-air actually hitting on the back end. Can I get Meteor set up? Can also get the Thanos snap? No. But still ends up getting the full screen hit. Marvin Pie up 2 over Yo Game Wizard right now.
Yeah. So do you think Game Wizard goes back to this other team?
Not too sure. I don't think this team is bad or anything.
No, I don't think so either. I'm... Nope, he already said ready. So he thinks this is the hill he will die on.
Yeah, no. I don't think
here.
this is a bad choice.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think it's been doing poorly for him. I just think there were some unfortunate situations that he got stuck in the last match.
But yeah, so tournament life on the line here. Just got to be able to make it over Marvin Pie right now. Do a job with Blake Hilda. Oh man, JB plus 4P, and then getting counter hit on the combo. Still another chance here for Yo Game Wizard. Blocks the overhead as well. Man.
Wow, I really like that combo into Blake.
Yeah, kept it nice and burst safe, right? Mm-hmm. That was a punish, by the way, on the baton. He was just far enough above it, and he was able to punish. It gets hit by the overhead, and because of the push block, made it so that he was fully convert off that. Got hit low.
Marvin Pie's Hilda is looking scary right now.
Absolutely. Oh, got the hit, yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that would counter. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was already before the super had started, and the super doesn't have any. And if it does, it doesn't matter. JA because of Mitsuru JA has over 20 active frames, right? Like it's going to hit you no matter what.
You're hit. You just don't know it yet.
Got opened up low right there. A common situation for worry about the right there, but not what Yo Game Wizard ended up going towards.
I like that when they were in the corner, Game Wizard backed up with Mitsuru as the active character, called in Yuzu. Yuzu got DP'd, and then he was able to take his turn.
Mm-hmm. Well, he might be able to kill off this if he gets the whole thing, and he did.
He did.
Yeah, 8.4k.
Still does so much damage.
Oh, that was such a smart DP! She was still in recovery, right? And instead of blocking and have to deal with the situation, he ended up just taking him out. Okay. He was expecting a button press right there from Marvin Pie, but dice. It's gonna hit. It's not gonna hit super hard, but he does have to deal with the mix-up after knockdown.
Right.
Resonance activation. Here we go. Oh no. He thought reversal action was the idea there, and it ended up not being. Or maybe he was trying to push block, right? It was one of the two things.
I mean, and that's something that we've talked about a couple times. Is like, was it a push block? Was it reversal action? What were they expecting? And you don't know.
Whatever the case, it was the incorrect decision for that situation. And so Yo Game Wizard is unfortunately going to be dropping out here, as Marvin Pie will be moving on through the losers bracket, and he will be facing the winner of our next match, which is going to be Colt Vol versus Totally Drew.
And shoutouts to Game Wizard, though. He did a great job in his matches, and they were so much fun to watch. So awesome job getting this far, and thanks for entering. It made a lot of.
Hell of a competitor, has been for the years that BB Tag has been out. Done so well for himself offline. Was probably got first known through all the online that they played, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. But yeah. So
right, as you mentioned earlier, now it's Colt Vol and Totally Drew.
That's right. Yeah, so we're gonna both players now in the lot. So yeah, we're gonna see more Yumi. All right, this character, we knew that we're gonna see quite a bit of her. I don't think anybody ever guessed otherwise.
No, definitely not.
The one character I'm surprised we're not seeing is Adachi. That's all. That's the one character.
Actually, me too. Adachi's a very strong character and has a lot of compatibility with most of the cast.
Yeah, I think he has the highest support value in the game. I think I said that when before the game before this version came out, but was shown off, because everybody saw like Zeodine into anything, and like I think we all knew. Like I don't think I was special in that thought process.
I remember watching when they were doing the character reveal at Arxis, and I saw Adachi and I was just like, what is this character?
I was really surprised when they gave him Yoda and left it as it was. Like, but you know, whatever the case may be, we're not going to be seeing him in the top 8 unless somebody switches to him. What we are going to be seeing is the Yumi mirror, but we're also going to be seeing Mai and Neapolitan here. So again, characters that a lot of people talk about being lackluster, but once you put the character that supports them very well behind them, they do pretty strongly, right? Yumi is a very strong support character for almost every character in the game, maybe every character in the game. I can't speak for Mai because I never really dabbled into Mai, but I played a lot of Neapolitan, and I feel like Mai might not be the best Neapolitan partner, but she's easily one of the strongest, right? Maybe second best or something. I think Adachi might be the stronger version of it, but I haven't really been able to mess with it too much. Yeah,
so
coming into it.
Colt has been having a really strong showing so far, really only faltering in his winter side match, and now he seems to be coming back full force in this round.
Yeah, started out incredibly strongly. Unfortunately, he's going to be taking a big hit right here. That's going to allow Totally Drew's Yumi to get some health back, right? Hit the combo limit on that one. Yeah, he was trying to get the hard knockdown, but couldn't do that. I guess I can't say it's a hard knockdown, but it's a knockdown. This game doesn't have those.
You are on the ground.
Yeah. Okay, 5C's going to connect. I don't... Yeah. Oh, okay, so he is going to spend the bar despite the fact that he has a... I guess maybe because that puts him into a situation where there's health drawn on the opponent that he could kill. I just value meter versus oh, that's punish. Yep. See, you remember how earlier we were talking about the amount of recovery on command grab? There's an incredible amount of it, and it's counter hit state. Sure, there's no super flash, right? But good lord, if that move whiffs, are you dying?
Right. So, just where Colt Vol was having his advantageous position, he is now disadvantaged. So that's really showing the power that Drew has in his team and his play style.
Oh, got hit by... Yeah, so in two different situations right there, Totally Drew the air of Neapolitan. One thing I mentioned earlier was I think she has some of the best air normals in the game for two reasons. They're incredibly fast, right? And then the other ones being their high amount of hit stun as well. The high amount of hit stun that they have is kind of what makes her combos work. So, but also how fast they are and the big hitbox.
Ready.
And that really turned the tide in that 2v1 situation for him, is that the JA hit before Totally Drew could press a button when he jumped up with Mai, and then when he tried to anti-air or just even press a bar with 5A on Yuumi, he died to the JB. So
Can't escape from crossing fate.
Yay, Weiss theme. I love the Weiss mix.
oh yeah, I think it's pretty good too, personally. Oh no. Well, luckily this is not gonna do the most damage in the world, but it leads to that, yeah. So another thing we talked about with Neapolitan is her incredibly strong offensive ability, right? She has some of the better mix-ups in the game. Yeah, she can steal the corner from you with her 6-6.
Yeah. And just so much patience. I like that Coltvol is willing to wait, which makes players uncomfortable.
Yeah, because they think, oh, the active switch is coming, so I'll hold forward, right? And then holding forward, or, you know, maybe not. Oh, super zone reaction to the 5C. Very nice.
I'll get so much damage off of that.
Yeah, 8k. Pretty good. Ooh, yeah. Not going to be able to get a full conversion off that, but still get... I guess, you know, as long as you're able to get Mai out, right?
Right.
Oh, 2B right there.
Coltvol is making Neo look like a fantastic character, and I want to play her.
I don't think she's bad. I just don't think she's, like, as strong as, like, the good character, like, the super strong character.
Right, but he's definitely making her look like a viable top character contender.
Oh, Al, she's gonna die right here.
Man!
You see, you are a true commentator now.
I cursed someone. I've made a stupid pun and I've cursed someone.
Oh no! Happy birthday!
Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness. Yuumi 5A, huh?
Yeah. So once again, full circle, Yuumi 5A is great.
It's a pretty good move. I think it's pretty good. It's definitely the best 5A in the game. Good lord.
It's so fast and it has nice, decent range on it too.
It's got further range than most 5As in the game, and it's also 0 on block. So again, it can be a frame trap versus some characters. Yeah, it can sometimes hit behind her.
That's fine.
That seems fair.
Make your adjustments accordingly, right?
Normally I like to say that, but sometimes...
It's frustrating, especially when you're like, how come I can't do that with my characters?
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where you just kind of have to be out of 5A. Oh, that was so good to use the projectiles to stay out of a possibility of getting anti-aired or getting put into block stun that entire time, right? Messing up his fuzzy guard right there as well. It's gonna allow him to get this character. Oh no, he's not gonna get her out. Okay, I thought he was gonna active switch on that one, but he is gonna get her out that way. Oh, got the low right there. Burst coming out. That's a meaty. You cannot do anything.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know
So
that.
if you try to up back there, you get clipped every time, which most people try to do, right? However, there is a chance that maybe he could have been trying to go for command throw, the reversal command throw. And if he was doing that, it would have won. But if you don't execute it with true reversal timing, you're going to get hit anyway. I like the cross combo activation because he recognized the sandwich situation. Oh, but there's an even better push block right there from... oh gosh, I'm forgetting which one is which color-wise. Totally Drew...
So am I.
Is the one getting hit. Okay, sorry.
So the lighter pink is Coltvol.
Yeah, that's the Amane color. It makes sense that he would go with that given the ball. I guess.
I do like the synergy of the colors.
Okay, plus frames. Nice. Recognize the situation. Does play Yuumi, so. Oh, but
Yeah, and a nice overhead too to finish off my.
Oh, and I love the float right there. So using the float to stay above the incoming, right? And then so So Totally Drew was probably expecting Neapolitan to be on the ground at that point. And but she wasn't. She was in the air. So ended up getting it overheaded by the JB, finishing it off. Coltville taking it another 3-0.
Yeah. Commanding 3-0. It didn't ever feel like Coltville was out of control.
It's
we go face Marvin Pie.
That's right. Yeah. So that's going to be the losers semis, but I believe first we're going to be going up to the winners final.
Great. So that's going to be Stray Wolf versus Diaphone, which is a match we talked about a lot before we went into the losers brackets. So we're going to be seeing Carmine, Naoto K, versus 9.
Hilda Akatsuki.
Oh, Hilda Akatsuki.
Diaphone.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, seeing all sorts of things today.
Yeah. No, there's been a couple of Hildas. We've seen several. So.
Yeah. So repeat characters. We've seen Hilda,
mostly
Akatsuki,
Yumi.
a lot of Yumi. A couple 9s and some Carmines.
Yeah. 2 Mikas.
2 Mikas and 2 Mai's.
Yeah, that's right.
So now
Yosuke repeated once as well because somebody changed to Yosuke.
Right, that's true. So Naoto K being Stray Wolf being one of the only people playing Naoto K in this 56 that we've seen.
Yeah, it could have been off stream that somebody played. No, Ice Rope.
Oh, right.
That's right, because he was playing Sidolphus Orlando. Now,
just a quick reminder, everybody. This is Raph. I got a couple more matches for the giveaway for the gift card. If you want to enter the Junk Food Arcades gift card, which would be good on their online store for a lot of the accessories and sticks, it would be good towards those. Use a hashtag junkfood in chat, type that in there, and you can be entered into the drawing, which will be done before grand finals. So get those entrants in if you'd like to get a cool prize from one of our sponsors, who are also giving out gift cards to top 3.
Thank you to Junk Food Arcade again for giving away these prizes and also raffle prize. A big appreciation for those people over there. Yeah, so we do have our winners final set. We do have them both in the ring, ready to duke it out. Diaphone and Stray Wolf looking like they're sticking to their guns in terms of action. And I mean, Diaphone has been incredibly hard to stop his game plan, right? Stray Wolf, on the other hand, at first, there are certain situations where it's like he's getting like oppressed, but in the end, he always seems to figure out what his opponent wants and how to stop that.
Right.
What'd you say, Raph? Sorry. Oh, okay, so they have the okay to go. So Diaphone and Stray Wolf can start whenever they are ready. Maybe Diaphone's just grabbing some water. Really important. I'm gonna grab some himself.
I think he's actually, based on chat, he's looking at the list of stages, make sure he doesn't pick something or have something in his list that is not great for online.
Yeah. So the best stage for online is the stage, and then the second best one is the fountain in the mall. If I remember correctly. It's been a while since I looked at all the stages, but I remember those two being the first and best. Or the first and second.
This stage is not bad, though.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot going on in the background, so.
Right. Yeah, I had to learn that because my favorite stage is Snowtown because I like the penguins, and I had to turn that off.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's also the worst in BB as well, so.
Oh.
You actually can't play Snowtown offline if there are certain features either, because it'll lag the console. In BB. As an Azrael player, I learned that very quickly.
Oh, dear.
Because anytime he absorbs a projectile on Snowtown in BB, the game slows down. Yeah, so coming into it right now, our winners finals, Stray Wolf versus Diaphone. Carmine already taken a good bit of damage, but some of that's self-inflicted. A lot of the time it's a guess if you haven't been watching, like whether Carmine is bleeding life because he was beating you up, or if he's bleeding life because you've been beating him up.
Right, and it's a little easier to tell when Carmine gets switched into the assist position, how fast he's regaining that health. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, you just look at how much red life is available to you, right?
Ooh, both characters getting hit there.
That's gonna be a good amount of damage on Naoto. Bad sandwich setup. He could. Oh no! Big drop. Naoto's gonna stay alive, and I mean, Carmine doesn't have a ton of life left either.
No.
Oh, that's a punish. Couldn't convert off it, but he does get Naoto 4P. Slash Cade coming in. He's got the cross combo. Okay, so I guess 5B stopped right there.
Oh. Oh. I thought Diaphone had a plan, but he just ran at Naoto.
Did you see that? Tatsu hit on the backside.
I did. Maybe Diaphone didn't need a plan. Plan was Akatsuki.
Every Akatsuki's plan is Tatsu. Okay, that's a lie. That's not every time plan, but still. Oh man, what a good move. That wasn't Tatsu, that was EX Tatsu. I'm sorry, but still. Like,
Yeah, it did behind. Oh my goodness.
I think he probably stuck a button into it, probably like maybe Stray Wolf or something, and then that extended his hurt box into it, because that's usually what happens with a lot of those situations, right? It's a lot of people attribute it to that move being really dumb or something like that, whatever the move may be at the time. But
Right.
most of the time, it's actually them sticking a hurt box into the hitbox of the move, as if you stuck your hand into the blender, like.
Right. And hitbox versus hurtbox is an interesting concept that I'm sure most of the people in chat know that, but do you want to go brief into what that means?
Yeah, a hitbox is something that actively like hits you, right? And a hurtbox is something that interacts with the hitbox to determine that you've been hit, basically. So you get hurt if your hurtbox gets interacted with, and you hit someone with your hitbox, kind of deal.
And a lot of those times those things overlap, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah, most hitboxes have hurtboxes, not all of them, and not all hurtboxes have hitboxes. So. Okay, big corner carry right here for Diaphone's Hilda. Gonna get the safe jump set up. Oh, God, opened up low. He could have went high there for all Stray Wolf knew. Look at the hit.
How did Carmine get out of that situation? Just jump?
It was yeah, just basically went for one thing, and it wasn't the option that super jump, and so he just got away. But that beat super jump's gonna be able to get the knockdown off of this one. No, okay. I wasn't sure if EX Tatsu knocked down from that high up or not.
Doesn't matter. He's EX Tatsuing everything on screen. Something's getting hit.
Well, now it's just gonna die here for that. Yeah, thanks to 2BB, or is it 5BBB? I think it's 5BBB. It becomes a hit grab, right? So that means it's unburst. And that's exactly what happened there. He wasn't able to burst out of that situation directly into super. Carmine's gonna be by himself, and I mean, he's getting the hit. This is Stray Wolf's chance. Gonna get some health back here.
Yeah, not much because he didn't have a lot of recoverable health, but it was something.
Okay, beating up on Akatsuki, and even jumps out right there. Now he's gonna get hit on him.
Oh, gets hit with that Hilda DP.
Yeah, super unfortunate right there for Stray Wolf, as he's gonna still be fighting a big uphill battle, and that's gonna get blocked, and that's gonna do it right there. 2-0 right now for Diaphone.
Diaphone looking strong.
Yeah, and it's not even the idea of Tatsu 4P anymore, right? Tatsu 4P is happening still, but it's not the big outlier that's stopping. It's I mean, Tatsu is still doing a lot of work regardless, but I think his movement is very important, and the way he continuously puts him into pressurable situations has been very strong for him.
Right. I really like Diaphone's use of assist to just continually pressure Stray Wolf. Because like we had said, Stray Wolf, for the most part, he might have lost a round here or there, was pretty dominating up until this point, and I feel like he's floundering. The moves that he was using before with Carmine, especially that DP, just aren't working now. Yeah,
he's definitely been set up in worse positions that the reversal action, the DPs, are not nearly as strong. You're right. Oh god, EX Tatsu. So normally he'd probably be able to beat round start beat Tatsu, right? But EX Tatsu's a little bit fast. 8.4K gets the meaty set up. Trying to switch characters out, and they both end up getting hit. Oh, did air dash. Just goes for the knockdown. Excuse me.
Diaphone just continuing his commanding lead.
Yeah.
Carmine
now,
gets a lot of health back.
yeah, Naoto's the character that really needs the health back right now, however.
Yeah. Carmine cannot donate. This is not a blood bank.
Carmine would never donate.
No. Carmine doesn't have that kind of sense.
No, he's not that kind of guy. Getting a full conversion right there, so he's gonna set up on the 50. That's the interesting part about this team is I believe it can actually full screen unblockable you.
Oh.
Now that I think about it,
Yeah?
because Beatots is gonna be a high no matter what, and unless you push block it, Hilda's gonna hit you with the low from full screen.
I mean, you're hit.
Ooh, yeah, he's definitely hit right now as he's gonna be taking closer to the mid. Uses Beatatsu to. Oh yeah, that's arable. So you you kind of you have to like opt to not tech, I believe, to get out of that, because you're not on the ground, right? So
Right?
so you can choose when to tech in the air, but on the ground you can't choose when to tech. The game tech for you. But that's gonna do it. 3-0. Diaphone moving to grand finals on the winner
Very
side.
fast 3-0. Honestly, not how I thought that was going to go. I did think, you know, maybe 3-1, if not 3-2. But Diaphone said, no, I'm going to grand finals.
Yeah, it's just about everybody Diaphone is running throughout this tournament hasn't really been able to figure out what the proper game plan is to stop him. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like it very clearly looks like it's as strong as it looks. I just wonder what is the capability that you have to find to get around it.
Yeah. Agreed. I'm trying to see because so far in top 8, Diaphone has 3-0'd both of his, like all of his opponents, or both of his opponents. He's only played 2 matches. I'm trying to see how the rest of his pool went as well. He was 3-1 from Hien, 3-1 Blue, but then let's see, 3-1 and then 3-1 Mother. So I mean, people have been taking rounds off of him, but very dominant performance.
Yeah. So like strong performances all around, and that's the reason why he's going to sign grand finals. But we have to figure out who's going to be fighting him on winner side grand finals. So we're going to dip down into the losers semifinals to figure out who is going to be fighting. Who's going to be fighting Stray Wolf for that opportunity to possibly fight Diaphone. And fighting it out is going to be Marvin Pie and Coldful.
I feel like all 3 of these players could give a good run for their money with Diaphone, but I'm interested to see how it does end up playing out, because Coldful's really been throwing people for a loop with this Neo Yumi team. So we'll see how he does here, but I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Well, again, a lot of the situations that we've seen for people versus Neapolitan have been right, like how to fight the character, and that could very well come into it, or you know, Neapolitan might never get to play.
I mean, there's also that.
Okay, so I forgot that pin drops tracks, and so it just fell right on top of Hilda. Oh my god, yo. Yeah, so one of the scary parts about that setup is jumping Blake 6B. Even before Hilda was a character, Blake 6B, you wanted to stay away from jumping it because you would allow the opposing character to cross you under if you did so. And that's exactly what happened right there. Okay, that kick comes out.
Yeah, Coldful doesn't seem too terribly shaken by the first part of this match.
No, not at all.
Which is good, because he's taking his turn back, commandingly.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a ton of damage to Blake right now. He's got the sandwich set up. And, oh, yeah, I guess maybe he faked the cross-up right there. Trying to get the full conversion from full screen, no dice. And Yumi's on life support. He's going to look to, get her out, but... Okay, she almost died.
Yeah, that was close.
Overhead. I can't get the damage right there, but nice block on the overhead. And then another
There's
overhead.
another one now.
That's 3 in a row.
Yeah, I would have blocked low. I would have thought that I was being trained to block high.
Yeah, whatever the case may be, now Marvin Pie has got the situation on deck. Here's the restand. Nice block on the low. Okay, using those snowbirds to try and stop him.
Wasn't really afraid of using up the meter there either, since he had it in resonance. Ooh, in a very scary position now.
Yeah, he has no health to work with, but he somehow gets a hit here. I don't think he can kill off this, even with the
I don't
extension.
think so either. No, especially because he can't super.
Okay, here's the meteors. So he's got to deal with the 50-50 here. It's overhead, and he blocks it.
Good job.
And there it is, arrow blockable!
Wow! Oh, that was close.
That's one of the reasons why jumping back in the corner in this game can be so scary, is because you have nowhere to go once you've jumped back, right? So getting arrow blockable is definitely a factor. Especially with a character like Yumi's reversal action, right? Yumi's reversal
Right.
action, it hits kind of on all sides of her, but it also hits
It
kind
does.
of pretty good in terms of verticality. So,
Right, and she can also do it in the air.
It's not gonna arrow blockable you in the air, but she also has that available to her in case trying to get up pressure and stuff like that. You know, you and I had talked about the strength of having an aerial DP.
Right. So Copeful's really showing there that even though he took a ton of damage, he's not afraid to take calculated risks.
Yeah, I think it's pretty important to take calculated risks with the team, given that, like, you have to find ways to get more and more damage each time. Because Neapolitan's first couple initial hits are not going to do that amount of damage to you. Okay, just gets the pressure right here. That's plus, yep. He tried to press buttons on it. It's so far only the Yumi players. And I mean, I guess that's, you know, because they play the character.
Right.
Okay, here, what's the mix up? Oh, it's throw.
I really like Nine's throw animation. I might be a terrible person for liking it, but I really like it.
Get away from me. Nice block in the overhead right there. Yeah, trying to use 236B to be able to get as close to Hilda as possible.
Yeah, but Marvin Pie doing a great job of sending Neo right back to the other end of the screen.
Got the hit right there, and I think Marvin Pie was looking for first, because kind of just got kind of just walked away once he got the hit, right? Didn't actually fully convert, despite the fact that it would have been nice and easy to do so. Trying to save 9. She's on life support. Almost forced to burst. You know, I'm not too sure about that one. The teleport gets hit, but there's the drop on the combo. Gotta try and find a way to get 9 out of there. Did exactly that, and the Hilda normals.
Yeah, and in the same moment, Coltvol got Neo out of the situation too.
Oh, those might trade? No, not even trade. Just that right wins.
Wow. I really thought that would be a trade.
Empty jump low right there. This is yeah, I was gonna say that could be a burst. That combo, but it doesn't matter.
Probably dead here.
Yeah,
Ashley.
definitely. She's 100%.
Oh yeah.
Now gotta come into this 2v1 situation with Hilda. Got the overhead. Okay, it's gonna be able to activate resonance. Got caught possibly jumping.
So Coltvol decides to use his resonance as well. Doesn't get hit with the meteor setup.
Yeah.
Oh.
What meteors are usually for is to set something up afterwards. Oh my god, you blocked that? Yeah, I didn't block that either. I don't blame
Nope.
you. Yeah, just kind of runs away. Sets up more meteors. Just gonna get these 50-50 possible situations, right? Trying to keep as safe as possible. Oh, that was a punish right there on the 2-3C. I understand why he did it. If you do 2-3-6C from full screen versus Hilda, you will go straight through whatever button she's trying to press, and then you will get the punish. And that move either wall sticks or wall bounces, depending on how close to the corner you are. So you get a full combo. If that had worked out for Coltvol, that would have completely turned the tide, right?
Absolutely.
So you were talking about taking some risks. However, sometimes that is what happens when you take risks. You do not get rewarded. You can get rewarded, but Lord
And a lot
knows it's not
about
going to be every
fighting
time.
Yeah, a lot about fighting games is risk versus reward. And I mean, I said calculated risk earlier. Sometimes those risks aren't calculated. Sometimes it's just like, I'm on, like you've been saying, I'm on life support. What can I do?
Yeah. Been seeing a lot of calculated risk here in particular, I feel like. That 2360 was definitely a calculated one, I feel like. It's just, you know, the math didn't work out. That's one of those I'm a genius, oh no situations.
Yep.
Double overhead on that one, nice.
So earlier I complimented Coltvol's mental fortitude, just not getting shaken. And once again, like even though he's taken a ton of damage from that Hilda combo, he still just goes right in with Neo. And I don't think it's, like we were saying, uncalculated. I mean, I don't think it worked out for him in the end there.
Yeah, no matter what, a risk is still a risk. No matter how calculated. Oh yeah, nice, saving 9 right there. That's again one of the strengths of Hilda. She can safely save her assist characters. Oh, happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday!
Unfortunately, he can't go into super in this, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and the aerial rave will drop the second character early on, but he might have Hilda almost. Oh, I thought he was gonna kill her, but good switch from Marvin Pie.
Yeah, unfortunate drop right there. Could have gone into super, but just missed it. Oh, and then got opened up.
Yeah, this 9 Hilda combo is pretty deadly.
I'm liking it a lot, honestly.
I am too.
I think Hilda shows a lot more promise than we first thought of the character. To be honest, I don't know how much more, but I definitely don't think she's as weak as originally projected. But you know that happens. You don't know how you're supposed to, and so you immediately think the character's weak or something because you try to play them character and it doesn't work out like that. But when you try to play their strengths, you figure some stuff out.
Yeah, that's why it's always nice to wait a little while after characters come into a game or a new game drops. You know, let the initial sort of projections play out, and then people start finding things that they're like, oh wait, this character actually can do XYZ. This can work really well against these things.
Yeah, and I mean, not to say that like Hilda is going to be fighting like all the super strong things that currently exude in this game, but you know, again, like I said, I think it's just a bit different than we originally thought as well.
Right.
Nice block! Oh my god, what? The defense was... He didn't put block any of it.
Good. Nope, it was great blocking.
Okay, yeah, that's an unblockable setup right there.
Yeah, that was what ended up killing Coltvol in the last match.
The only way he was getting out of that is if he had push blocked 9, right? But the thing is he was also dealing with the Hilda assist time. So the chances that he would push block Hilda assist instead of 9 were actually pretty high. Oh yeah, got the cross up right there.
I feel like for the first time, Coltvol is really struggling to figure out how to break open Marvin Pie's team. Oh, and the super was countered with the DP.
Yeah, that was really, really good right there from Marvin Pie on the reaction. You know, the amount of or the slowness of that DP actually like helped out.
And the startup on that Yuumi super is really slow, so he was able to just, input it.
Got the hit there, but no full conversion. It's gonna try and use the umbrella to stay out of dodge, but unfortunately got happy birthday on that one. There's the command throw super weak. It's gonna put Coltvol ahead right now in terms of character, not in life. By def. He's gotta find a way to get the hit, and he does with the 5A on the cross up. Height. Okay, gonna call the assist right here. Set up. Yeah, that's the one I used to do.
That's a nice setup.
Yeah, you can see the meaty, the meat and all that. And it's gonna finish it off with the throw.
Walk up and grab.
Close set.
Yeah. Oof. I was gonna say, it felt like for the first time Copeville was struggling to crack open Marvin Pie's team, but then he just sort of figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
Got in, started getting his game plan, his momentum moving forward, and sometimes it's all you need is just a momentum shift.
Get ready.
Yeah, definitely shifted in his favor for that, for sure. So here it is. Final game of this set, 2-2 right now.
Escape from crossing fate.
One of these two players will have the chance, the opportunity to fight Stray Wolf here. Already a great start here from Marvin Pie. The 4P is gonna hit. Yeah. So a Neapolitan player would normally be pretty used to being free as a bird in the top of the screen, right? However, with Hilda DP and Hilda 4P, she's no longer allowed to do that with impunity. She
Right.
really has to think about actually blocking.
Yeah. And she can't control the air as much as she would against other characters. She doesn't have that freedom, like you were saying, which I think is part of Copeville's struggle. So Marvin Pie really coming out strong in this 5th round here.
Okay,
but
but the
super-
command throw. There's a possibility that this could change the signs. He's gonna, and change the sides. Oh, that active switch was leaving Neapolitan in her death rights, honestly, but ended up still being okay.
Yeah, I thought she was dead for sure.
The cross
Well,
up
Yumi
right
is
there.
though.
Yeah, Yumi going down right now. It's gonna be Neapolitan by herself. She has just no resources outside of Resonance. She's gonna have to deal with the cross combo situation. Yeah, jumps back into the corner because she would have put herself in a sandwich, and there it is. Marvin Pie finishing it off.
Yeah, strong showing from both players, and Copeville bringing out a unique team into this tournament that honestly really threw a lot of players for a loop.
I mean, it was that one was super close too. It was, well,
was.
I mean, maybe not the last game, but the games leading up to it was a very close set, right? So it was looking like it was gonna go pretty much anyway until Pie just showed up there in the last game. Again, I think a big contender for one of the reasons why it was very difficult for Copeville to do what he wanted was not only the defense that Marvin Pie showed once, even when Copeville was on him and not getting push blocked, but it was also the 4P from Hilda. It covers the whole skies, like
It does.
And normally, as a Neapolitan player, you're like, I can just kind of sit up here with impunity, like I'm okay. It's really hard to contest Neapolitan. But if you're not up there and only the hitboxes are up there, you're good to go.
I like the person in chat who said they need popcorn because this is so good. This is good. This is fantastic tag, and I'm glad that all of you could join us here today for this tournament. So this is losers final. So we're down to our last 3 players.
That's right. So these 3 players are guaranteed a gift card from Junk Food Arcade, actually.
Right, and if you want to get in on that chat Junk Food Arcade giveaway, just type hashtag Junk Food into the chat and you can be entered. And that drawing is going to happen right after the set.
That's right. So just before we get into the next set, we're going to talk about these wonderful sponsors that we just mentioned. We're going to talk about Junk Food. So you guys can go to junkfoodarcade.com, arcades, excuse me, for the numerous things that they sell. They sell the snack box arcade stick, which is about $76, $79, something like that. And then they also have different accessories and a bunch of other stuff. And you could just win one of those gift cards for this website.
Right. So we also have the Ronin Rumble, which is an online Grand Blue versus tournament. You can sign up now, smash.gg/RRG5. That's going to be run on April 12th, which is next week. And free entry, $100 pop bonus.
And another online event that you can attend are running not only Grand Blue events, but other things like that. They're also, in support of Michigan Masters, just like we are here today. So go ahead and give them a look.
So then our final slide is Exceed Assault Escalation. So they're running regional tournaments for BBCF, so Central Fiction and Grand Blue Versus. And their next event is also next Friday, which is the same as our next Super Skybound Rumble. And this particular one is for the Southeastern US region. There's a map that shows which region is eligible for which tournament. So you can follow at Exceed Assault on Twitter to make sure you're informed about that if that's something you're interested in.
And yeah, so don't forget though that they're just playing for gift cards here because of the Michigan Masters. This tournament is being run as a Michigan Masters Memorial, and what is going on is the players are actually playing for the prized trophies that were being given out for that event. So your top 3 are going to be getting the top 3 that we're going to be giving out at Michigan Masters here today at Fates Crossing.
Yeah, and we appreciate Michigan Masters for, I mean, I know that we're all in support of each other in the FGC, but thanks to them for, donating those materials to this tournament so that the players in top 8 could have the medals, the top player could have the trophy. And thanks to everybody who supported Michigan Masters after they did have to unfortunately shut down their event due to COVID-19, because they got an outpouring of support, and because of that, they were able to cover all of their financial needs with grace, which is nice.
Yeah, it's currently an unfortunate situation. I think we're doing a good job of working with it as is, but for those running offline major events, it is it's got its problems due to the fact that we kind of aren't allowed to run offline events whether we want to or not. The virus is a very serious thing, and we have to take it seriously. So I'm glad that RTOs are taking it as seriously as they can, despite what a big hit they take canceling events like that.
Right, and I mean, especially this week with Combo Breaker, which is one of the largest North American tournaments, being canceled.
Yeah.
Understandably, and thanks to the Hato and Eidolon for doing a fantastic job, either transferring rooms to next year's event and providing, avenues for financial support for those as well.
But we got to get back into this tournament right now. It is going to be Marvin Pie versus Stray Wolf. Stray Wolf so far only going down to his opposition there, is waiting in the grand finals, which is Diaphone. However, Marvin Pie looking to try and get to that grand finals. Got the run up throw right there off the sway cancel. Okay, yeah, one of the things that there's been a lot of from Stray Wolves in previous matches. There've been a lot of drops from Stray Wolves now, right? But it seems like he's a bit more warmed up now, and it's also a bit more setup heavy.
And Marvin Pie had the choice to go back to his Blake Hilda, but decided to stay with Nine.
I mean, Nine's been putting in a lot of work.
Especially
I
with
definitely don't blame him. Yeah, exactly. So Hilda 4P still going to be helping out left and right. Got the EX at the top of the screen. He could have comboed off that, but I guess too. I don't know if I can't remember if Stray Wolf had burst available to, and he was probably looking for that. Got the hit. No bar to work with, unfortunately, outside of the 1. So I don't think he's going to be able to kill regardless of what he does.
Yeah, I was going to say, he may decide to resonance, but gets punched in the face with a fire fist.
Good lord.
Ow.
I got shot.
Something.
So first game going to Marvin Pie.
Yeah, not how I thought that was going to go initially. Marvin Pie took a significant amount of damage at the opening of that round, but sometimes you get punched in the face with a fire fist. Again, we've mentioned it a couple times, but one really important that turns the tide of matches is closing out your hits, right? Is getting into the best possible situation of your hits after each time you get one.
And when you don't, you can do as much damage as possible on your first hit. But if you get out and then get punished afterward, things can go very awry very quickly. And that's kind of what happened right there. Like Stray Wolf got several different hits multiple times right there, but he never really got to close any of those out, get them into a proper knockdown set.
Right.
Game number 2. Gonna see how we deal with it. Yeah, you know, I've been mentioning Hilda quite a bit, but Naoto probably the best in the game at that these days. Second best maybe. Ruby's is probably still the best, but goodness gracious if Naoto's isn't good. Nice anti-air right there, catching the air dash. He does have the EX on him right now, so the super's gonna come out of here at some point. Cross combo does get activated. He's got to be able to see the setup. Oh, the DP whiffs, but he doesn't get punished.
There's that Carmine DP that's been doing so much work for him throughout the tournament.
Unfortunately, directly after his 5B whiff because of the tech from Marvin Pie, and he got punished afterwards.
Yeah, it is unfortunate.
Oh yeah, that was burst save. I think Marvin Pie sniffed out that burst like 12 hours ago.
Yeah. Start of the tournament, he said, "I know this is happening." I like how Nine can follow in that electric ball and just threaten.
Yeah, it's incredibly scary to have to deal with it. Oh my god, he caught an air dash again with the anti-air. He's got level 3 resonance.
Yeah, Marvin Pie's looking really strong here, and punched with Fire Fist again.
Oh, he's actually gonna get hit by this, negating the cross combo, yeah. Oh, that's a punish, yep. It was a 2A starter, so not the strongest that Carmine has available to him, but still good damage. We're still gonna get some health back. Still gonna set up. Oh, he goes for the... Okay, that was interesting. He went for a setup rather than going for health back.
Yeah.
Oh man, Hilda got hit here. She should be dead regardless. No, goes for health. That's not gonna kill. I can understand wanting to go for health in this situation. He's hard to fight without at least some sort of resource.
Right.
Oh, but there's the anti-air.
Oh, man. These anti-airs from Marvin Pie are looking clean.
Yeah, right? Like, he caught 2 instant air dashes from Naoto. He got that last one that closed out that game. And now he's 2 up over Stray Wolf right now.
Yeah. Stray Wolf is going to have to make some significant adjustments to his gameplay if he wants to put one on the board in this set. I mean, especially with his Naoto, because I feel like right now Stray Wolf has been relying pretty heavily on his Carmine to get anything going.
Yeah, and what Carmine does put in a lot of work in multiple situations. If he's always going for a 2v1, no matter what, you're playing an uphill battle.
Definitely.
But yeah,
all right,
possible
so
last game here.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Could be difficult. He was able to get the cross under right there, so convert. He's gonna be able to put her back into the corner and get his health back while setting up the funnel.
Now, Stray Wolf's round starts have been very strong. It seems to be like in the middle where he starts struggling.
Yeah, it's another one of those situations where Marvin Pie is getting down, right? Like that backdash on Wake Up, that means that 2C wasn't like truly meaty, I feel like.
Oh, so many active switches on Marvin Pie's side. Stray Wolf did not know which way to block.
Holmes could be a dead. Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm looking at Carmine taking away his own health. Yeah.
And he chooses to get health back, which is probably a smart choice in that situation.
I definitely think so, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have killed, and so why not just get the health back there?
Ooh, got clipped right there with the overhead, which does, again, leave you standing him. So it forced the burst out of him, which Marvin Pie was ready for.
Yeah.
That's a safe jump. And then activated cross combo. This is going to be huge.
Yeah.
So the only problem about this is there's no meter.
Okay, so Naoto gets a little bit of damage going here, which is good, because I was actually about to say, I thought Naoto was going to die and be like, well, he's not relevant in this match.
Oh, Phantom Pain catching the quick switch. Got the JB, counter hits. Knockdown situation. I guess maybe he was expecting a burst on. Not too sure. Cross combo is activated. Gotta watch that 4P, remember. Oh, it's a low, and that's gonna finish it off.
I didn't expect the low. Marvin
Doesn't
Pie's
need to
been
go
doing a
for
lot of overheads, so.
Well, it doesn't have the bar to close this out, unfortunately, but he's in such a good position, and he actually backing, maybe running forward. Whatever the case may be, that's gonna finish it off. 3-0. Marvin Pie looked incredible.
Yeah, a clean 3-0. All right, so Marvin Pie is going to be the one to face Diaphone in grand finals. But before that,
That's
we have our Junk Food Arcade giveaway for the chat.
I believe Raph is going to be facilitating that one. Or at least I assume he is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do not have the
Yeah, I'm
facilitate
here.
this.
So real quick, before we start the grand finals, gonna do this giveaway for a Junk Food Arcades gift card, which I will message to the winner of the giveaway. So last chance, you have, I'm gonna say it's hashtag junk food. I'm gonna give y'all like 15 seconds before I roll the winner. But-
I'm
So
not
you
going
want
to
to be
enter it. I would
included,
feel
hashtag
bad.
Junk Food in chat.
So yeah, thanks to them for providing gift cards for top 3 as well as for a random person in chat. Awesome folks there. I have my own arcade stick from them, made of solid wood, a little more expensive than the snack box, but it's really nice.
Oh, that's where you got that one?
Yeah, it looks clean.
Yeah, I
And,
remember when you first showed that off.
All the other folks too, just helping represent other online events like SSR, Ronin and Rumble, Annex Assault. You know, there's a lot of really fun ones like NLBC. There's the Level Up Lives that are happening online. So a lot of regions are doing their events as well. So it's really cool to see all the communities, you know, embracing online for what it's worth and doing what they can to keep the FGC going strong. So appreciate all of them. Please support all the online locals like you would your own locals. And
Yeah.
the winner of the giveaway is
Drum roll.
Drum roll.
Just Clay. Congrats, you've won the
Congrats,
gift card
Just
for
Clay.
Junk Food Arcades.
Woohoo!
There we go. You know, and again, big thank you to Junk Food Arcade for providing the prizes there.
Yeah. I want to kind of piggyback off of what Raph was saying about the online tournaments right before we jump in. There's a couple people from my locals in chat. Big ups to the Kentucky and Indiana, Southern Indiana region for doing online locals 4 to 5 days a week now, just to
Ooh,
keep
lad.
everybody engaged. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to
That's
keep
good.
up with.
No, that's
But-
good though.
Yeah, it's really nice. So, shout outs to ETP with Cosmic Arcade in there. Static Alpha, if you're still here, shout outs to you and everything that he's running. Big Marvel 3 player. You know, just people trying to keep the FGC alive in locals. So if that's, you know, if you're like, I'm intimidated by these big multi-region tournaments online, you know, try and find something with your locals because somebody's running something. I can guarantee you.
My locals are actually currently running some events. I was going to be advertising a little bit later on, but you know, I don't want to take away from what's going on here in Faith Crossing.
Good point.
But yeah, so we've reached our grand finals point. And again, just like Raph mentioned, just like you were mentioning, I gotta give shout outs to all the sponsors, all the people running their online events and everything like that to keep the FGC going in these trying times right now. But with that being said, we have a Hildermere in grand finals.
Did anybody expect it? I did not.
Hildermere. I feel like a lot of people definitely could have picked out one of these two players being in grand finals, but I don't know if people would have expected the mirror itself.
Yeah, I definitely did not. Oof. This is gonna be really interesting to see because I mean we've seen a lot of Hilda today, but these two players have been particularly strong, and I think it's going to come down a lot to Diaphone Zakatsuki and Marvin's.
Okay, so I guess
And,
Marvin requested a 5-minute break.
Okay, so we're
Hold
gonna hang out for a little bit. So if
Yeah.
there's Yeah, so I guess that's what I was ending that saying, down to Daifun Takatsuki versus Marvin Pai's 9. If that's who he chooses to stick with, which I feel like he will.
I feel like that's going to be the round start. You know what I mean? It's going to be 9. It's been like that for a little bit, but also I feel like of the characters available to both players, those are the best point character possibilities. It's not that Hilda necessarily fights horribly. It's just that those two characters will fight way better at a round start position, right? Especially given Daifun's game plan, right? With the Tatsu plus 4P, may not even be Tatsu plus 4P, right? It may just be a round start 5A or something like that. But whatever the case may be, you know, like Hilda supports Akatsuki fairly well at round start. Whereas like at round start, I don't think Akatsuki would support as well. Not that it's like terrible, but it would probably go better for that particular team to start Akatsuki. Marvin Pai's team, I will say this, until 9 gets nerfed, she's just mad good. Like this is just playing her points not a bad idea.
No, definitely not.
Like it just be like that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nine's been. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's fine. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Nine's been incredibly strong ever to make her a more complete character. You know, when she first dropped, it was a question on whether she could perform because of her her kit didn't seem fully complete at the time. And so it was very hard for her to do what she needed to do up until that buff. And I believe that was either 1.3 or 1.5 that she got those. I think it was 1.5, but I could be wrong. And then ever since then, you know, she's been kind of running amok. She's looking like her old Blaze Blue self.
Yeah, definitely a much more oppressive presence in the recent iteration of the game, which is cool. Right before 2.0 came out, I don't remember with whom I was talking, but I was talking about how excited I was for the new characters and the patch changes to shake up what had really become the normal in this game. And even since then, because 2.0 came out in November, like very end of November of last year, there have been some significant shifts in like what would be considered the character meta.
Yeah, most definitely. This patch definitely opened it up to have a wider variety of teams, which I thought was pretty interesting because I felt like there was already a wide variety of teams being played at like top level. Obviously, there were the big repeats. You know, there was the Mitsuru Zurias, there was the Akihiko comps, and things like that, of course. But somehow, some way, this patch made a even larger amount of teams available to everyone. So,
do you know off the top of your head how many characters there are in the game?
There's over 50 at this point, isn't there? Or am I incorrect on that one?
I was just wondering, just because there's so many. I mean, in addition to there being like a number of different teams, now there's a number of different team combinations due to the amount of characters that are in.
I remember the first time somebody mentioned to me the number of team combinations 2.0 was about to drop. I was like, that is a really large number.
Yeah.
Because I mean, well, yeah,
huge.
Because I remember when 2.0 dropped, that we had finally surpassed the Marvel 2 roster, I think is what it was.
Oh wow, that's actually impressive.
I could be wrong about that, but here we go.
All
so
right.
We are now in grand final. So yeah, winner of this set is getting the Michigan Masters trophy. Just again, a big shout out to the people running Michigan Masters. They year after year they put on a great show. Oh, he picked the pink
colors.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Man,
that's my favorite color right there, pink.
That is sick. I'm sorry, he's winning the color game.
I didn't realize Hilda had such a good pink. Actually, I've never seen Hilda's because but wow, that's a clean pick. Okay, so Daifun are seeing something a bit different. Normally, Daifun at round start kind of controls the pace, right? Normally, he finds ways to put the opponent in block stun immediately, but that hasn't been the case here. It's the mid game that now he has the upper hand.
Oh, we got a Chesto.
Yeah, but there was the burst right there. Tried to active switch just time, but it actually hit the arrow. But the punish, that's the really unfortunate part about Hilda DP.
And when Akatsuki hits you that high up in the air, I swear it looks like you should be able to recover, but you can't. That combo is I have been hit by that many a time.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, got the overhead right there
Oh,
with
ho,
the
ho, ho.
yeah, combo off of it. Grand finals. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Yes.
Top of the overlay. Make
Excellent.
sure to check that out. It is the Hime. It's the Hime Grand Final, featuring Akatsuki.
This is true.
Okay. This should kill off Hilda, I think.
Yeah. That's so much. It just does a lot more damage than you think it does in that last hit.
Yeah. For most supers, the final hits is damage is put into. But yeah, that's gonna do it. So he actually ended up getting the reversal action, hitting both characters, happy birthday, and killing off the reversal action.
Oh, that hurt my soul. Ouch! So, nice start for Diaphone on Grand Finals. Oh ho ho ho. Thank you.
I'll leave that one to you. I'll leave that one to you.
You know what? I'll take that one. I'll take it.
It's part of your it's part of your commentary rite of passage, you know?
Oh no!
Just like the pun.
I didn't know I
Just
signed
like
up
the
for all
curse.
this. No.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll take it. I accept it.
Yeah, so game number
all
2.
right.
Marvin Pie looked fairly in control at the end of that match until that killed them, right? Obviously, Akatsuki had enough health to work with, so I feel like Diaphone wasn't too worried about that reversal action not working out. But I think, namely, he wanted that reversal action to hit the assist. And it just happened to also grab the point character as well.
Ooh, nice tech from them. Again, as we mentioned earlier, I think that tech was a read, not a reaction.
Could have been.
Prediction, rather.
Oh, that's... Wow, I'm really surprised that he didn't go for the full screen punish on. There's quite a bit of recovery on that super, if I remember correctly. And, you know, Hilda can 5B to convert anything off of full screen. Okay, trying to put him in blocks. Then Meteor Super comes out, and Akatsuki can't even save him. Got opened up low again. That's the second time, actually. Either that or it was the other Hilda that hit with that.
Yeah, I mean, I know their colors are fairly distinct, but it does, because there's so much movement happening, and as we talked about, Hilda does fill the screen with visual noise. Sometimes it's hard to figure out who's...
Yeah, I also have a bad memory, so if something happened early... But they're both playing Hilda, so I forgot which one it was. Right into the super, yeah, remain unburstable. Get the cross combo version of it, so that means DHC is easily going to kill.
Alright, so Marvin Pie's 9 is off the table.
Yeah, and
Switches-
very smart to switch back to Akatsuki to get that health
Yeah.
back.
Especially because that was a very safe point in which to do it. But had the Hilda assist and Diaphone loses her.
Yeah, so, and getting caught out trying to 5B right there. Gonna get the full conversion of damage. I wonder if he's gonna go for... Or if he's... Yeah, okay, I wasn't too sure about that. And very smart resonance. He's gonna be able to kill off this, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
There
'cause you
it
can
is.
follow up that super with 5B?
5B, 5A. 5B's probably the most optimal. But, you know, I'm not an Akatsuki player, so I couldn't tell you for sure.
Oof, so this is match point Diaphone. If Marvin Pie wants to extend this set, I don't know.
He's got to work on it. Obviously, he's got the Blake available to him if maybe he wants to tap, but it's a... I don't think it's going super terribly, though, with this team. It's been fairly close. Each match has gone down to Akatsuki just making their comeback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Akatsuki does have so much comeback potential, so...
Well, I mean, the
let's
boy got
see if
damaged for
Marvin
sure.
Pie- So Marvin Pie chooses to keep the same team, which I think is fine. It's not like it's not doing damage. I mean, it's not a complete blowout. Just Akatsuki is doing a really good job closing the round.
Yeah, and I think that's a big Diaphone decision. Despite the fact that he could be considered possibly behind or even in a precarious situation, even if he's not behind, he's been able to make things work for him no matter what. He tried to punish the burst, I think, with the assist there, but possibly too early.
Yeah. Oh, I like that Diaphone used the Akatsuki parry to block out, or to not get hit by the Hilda projectiles, but still ends up getting hit in the end.
Yeah, no, it's a very smart tool, right? It puts you invincible versus projectiles and doesn't activate the counter, so you recover fairly quickly. Oh, what's the setup? Okay, so so Marvin recognized what the situation was, that Akatsuki could just counter through those projectiles. Oh my god, this is an amazing way to get morale back from Marvin Pie.
Yes,
He's just gonna
absolutely.
be able to close it out. Instant overhead, that's gonna do it. Yeah.
So, if you were giving Marvin Pie your energy in chat, I believe it worked. I saw there were some people who were like, energy! And I think he felt that, because we are now 1-2. Diaphone's still on game point.
Tournament point. Yeah,
But,
and it's really big for your mental morale, right? Like if you go down 2-0, set, right? But like if you're able to make at least a comeback in one of the games, okay, this is totally possible. I can do this.
Yeah, mental fortitude and your self-talk during these games is a big part. It plays a big part into how you end up playing, because if you start speaking to yourself negatively, like, oh man, I'm down 2-0, guess that's it. It's not over. But, you know, mentally you put yourself in that position.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight.
Well, I mean, again, tournament point possibly for Diaphone here, and he's so he did super jump counter into a second and it ended up punching Marvin Pie's 9 in the face.
Yeah, and something Marvin Pie did last round, which is he identified Akatsuki as the threat, as the thing that was closing out these rounds, and he killed him off really early, which is what it looks like he's looking to do now. But Diaphone switched out Akatsuki so he didn't take off that full brunt of the damage.
Yeah. He's been getting so many cross-up dive kick setups, and oh my god.
Oh my god.
Diaphone's Hilda could die from this if he just goes for the snap. I don't know. Gonna over mix up. I guess maybe he was looking for burst. I'm not too sure, but oh, the super doesn't actually.
No.
He wanted to do a punish that would kill the character and be unburstable, right? But it was just a little bit too slow. He's got Akatsuki now, however, off the burst.
Yeah, that was a really nice burst punish on Marvin Pie's part.
It's got the pressure. There's the overhead, and that's gonna finish the character off. Hilda coming in by herself, getting hit by the Crimson Ray. And it is 2-2, just like that. Marvin Pie with a complete turnaround.
Marvin Pie said, "I would like more games, please."
Definitely not
goodness.
taking it without a fight.
No, and energy in chat is hype. Thank you. This is great. Thank you, chat, for being so energetic. It gives me life.
Now it's up to Diaphone here to keep that mental fortitude going, right? Like, just because you went down 0 while you were up doesn't mean you should, worry too much. You just got to make those adjustments. Right. And a lot of people will run into this situation and get really, really worried.
So, if Marvin Pie wins this, Diaphone will go to loser's bracket. We reset the grand finals at 0-0. But let's see what happens. Let's see if we get to that point, or if Diaphone can change his game plan and take this tournament.
Now, he's been pretty much unable to get away from Marvin Pie when he wants to do. So that's been a big problem for Diaphone. Is like this. He gets put into these situations very often. Now, what I've noticed is Marvin Pie really looks for these bursts. Like, he hard baits bursts pretty often. Okay, he's able to get away from the Tatsu as well. Right there. Oh, caught him off the counter.
Yeah, and I like that Marvin Pie is now punishing Diaphone for using the Akatsuki parry to get around the different projectiles. But we just go in the corner with a 5C.
Yeah, meaty overhead right there. Kind of gives the extra assault for all that damage. And yeah, now he's put in a very precarious situation because, that possibility. Okay, 50-50 time. Oh, he caught the active switch. That's really good for Marvin Play. Diaphone, however, still blocking pretty well. Oh, ended up getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dropping the Lincoln, that's great for Diaphone. He's going to be able to damage on this and even get this character out if he so chooses.
Yeah.
Cross combo, just going to go straight into super.
Yeah, he's got enough bar to probably kill Hilda if he wants, which I would think he would.
This should be a flat 3K, right? Because yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so-
13-3. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's a flat 3K on DHC when you're doing if I remember correctly. It's a 2.5 outside of Resonance, and then 3 if you're in Resonance. Or if you're doing a Resonance super, excuse me.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Oh no.
And then
that's
Diaphone with that alone right there, finishing it all.
So Diaphone takes the tournament Fates Crossing Michigan Masters Memorial champion.
And it wins that Michigan Masters trophy on top of that. Playing his composure despite the fact that really coming back and really making it look a lot easier than games had shown.